think that first of all, as we go forward into the next 5 to 10 years, mining and minerals become inseparable from the energy sector. So I think that we'll cease to see those as separate. I will say that the focus primarily right now is on in the UNSA project is on trying to minimize or mitigate the environmental and social impacts of the mining industry. But that can't be separated from the energy transition. So there are several things that are becoming more important, I will say. So one, having fundamental skills as an engineer or a scientist are important. There are new things that are emerging that are important, like data science and data analytics. Robotics is an important thing as the mining sector grows. Remote sensing is very important, particularly in minerals exploration. And as the demand grows, the need to find minerals that are harder to find, maybe deeper and of lower grade, will become more challenging. So those are key. So those are very focused technical skills that are required. In addition to that, it's important that people understand the broader impact of their work. So I think at our own university and in work with Gerens or with UNSA, I think it's important that we emphasize not just the core technical skills, but also understanding how the work you're doing is impacting the environment and the people that are around you. We also try to build in a certain amount of understanding of policy and economics of the mining sector, so that students who come through our programs are well-rounded and understand the big picture of what they're working on, and not just a very focused technical discipline. We might have to think on a shorter time scale even. My thinking is that the mining sector is going to have to undergo major transition in 5 to 10 years, which means thinking differently than maybe we have in the past. The reason for that is industries, it's all related to the energy transition. Industries, governments, public are demanding more rapid change than maybe we have ever seen in the past. So mining companies in particular need to be prepared to adopt new technologies more quickly than they have in the past to allow mining operations to happen more efficiently. So this would be decarbonizing the mining sector through alternative energy sources in mining operations, adopting automation more quickly than has been done up to this point, integrating that automation with data science and data analytics tools. Those would be the key things, and all of this while emphasizing environmental protection. That's a challenge to everyone. Space mining. So I don't think that space mining in terms of sending operations out, recovering resources and bringing them back to Earth is likely to be economic anytime soon. We have a space mining program at Colorado School of Mines, but that's focused on space exploration, so gathering the resources that you need as you're traveling through space. Seafloor mining maybe is a different story. So we know there are a lot of resources beneath the ocean. There's potential to recover those resources, adopting technologies like remote operations, robotic operations, may make it possible to access those resources economically. Still is a long transition to make that something that we could do economically, but as demand for resources goes up, the prices will rise, and it may make it economically viable sooner than we think right now. I don't know. It's an open question. I think if there's if we can do it economically, if prices can support it, we can learn how to do it in a way that is sustainable and viable and minimizes impact. Could I add one thing to that? So you think about anywhere that we have mining operations, there's some impact on the local area. So if that's the element of sustainability that you're referring to, I think it can't be avoided. And everywhere we have mining operations, we need to learn how to do it in those locations with minimal impact on the local surroundings. Former, I'm a little bit more familiar with that topic, and it's still, the thinking is that because of the energy and costs associated with that, the idea of recovering that material and bringing it back will not be economically viable in the near term. Recovering space junk, I don't know. I'm not too familiar with that. It seems like something possible, but it also is a hazard for satellite and other space operations. So both for safety and maybe returning the materials are two reasons to look at that. I also expect it would be very expensive. It's much more energy intensive to recover those materials from space and bring them back than it is to get the materials here, even if it's seabed mining. Yeah, so the partnership with Gerens goes back many years, starting in 2014, and is more focused on graduate professional education, and particularly trying to help support the graduate programs in management and economics that Gerens offers. So we do a lot of work in that area, and we have a very long-standing degree program in mineral and energy economics. But as soon as possible, it's a wonderful exchange that we have, and we want to continue that and restart it as soon as the situation allows. So we have a long, as I think I mentioned before, but a long-standing program in mineral and energy economics, and we also have a relatively unique policy institute at Colorado School of Mines, the Payne Institute for Public Policy, and one of the goals that we have, and one thing that's unique about Colorado School of Mines, is that we work to integrate those things, policy and economics, with the technical expertise that comes from our engineering focus. So in the short period of time that we get to work with the Gerens students, I think this is a key element that we try to emphasize within that partnership. We also see it as very long-standing and very important to us, and a very important connection that we can maintain with Peru. But I think we'd like to see it not just be maintained, but we would like to grow it and maybe grow into other areas. So grow into economics and policy research would be important to us. Maybe expanding our range of educational activities. I think that those are all things that we would like very much.